It's raining right now, so I'm sorry, but this is a Q&A. Welcome to my first Ask Adventures in Wanderlust. I'm Allie Dennis, and I'm here to answer your questions. This is in the retrospect where I feel like I should have come up with answers in advance, but I thought it would be easier to just film it because then it would be done. But let's see how this goes. I'm going to try to answer these rapid fire. What is my most embarrassing travel moment? Probably getting lost in Prague. I didn't think we should go under that tunnel. That looked weird, but that's where our hotel was. So we wandered around for about 1 or 2 hours in the opposite direction of where we were supposed to be going. What was my favorite place to go to? Because this question didn't really ask what my favorite country was, I'm going to interpret that place means literally a location in a country, anywhere. So I'm gonna say that my favorite place that I've been to was probably Pompeii, and also hiking up Mount Vesuvius was pretty cool. What camera do I use? Honestly, it says Nikon Coolpix. It's got this cool little viewfinder off here to the side, and works pretty well. What's in my backpack? Right now, it's just clothes. I'm currently at my residence in New Hampshire, so I don't really have a need to have my backpack, but it is actually full of every single clothing item that I own, minus the things I'm wearing and some stuff that's in the laundry. Are there any people that I admire or draw inspiration from? Off the top of my head, I really can't think of people who inspire me, which is weird, and I should have prepared this. But I watch a lot of YouTubers, and I get inspiration from a bunch of different travel vloggers or lifestyle vloggers or any YouTuber. The one name that comes to mind that I find really inspirational and also motivational when I'm not in a great mental space is to watch videos by Tessa Violet. I'll link her down below. What are some things that I have seen that have inspired me? Working with Operation Groundswell, visiting all of the NGOs when I was in Tanzania was really, really inspiring. The one that stuck with me the most was probably my time when I worked with Femme International, and I learned a lot about women's menstrual health, just women's health in general, and just the access to feminine hygiene products. It's very interesting, and it's stuff you don't really think about when you live in America or somewhere where it's really easily accessible to have the things you need as a woman every month. In some places in the world, that's not always an option. Did I need to get any shots depending on where I was traveling? Yes. This is my international certificate to show that I am vaccinated for some fun things. Yeah, so this lists every vaccine that I've gotten in general. A thing on the back for yellow fever. That's the big one with certain countries. When you go into yellow fever zones, they won't let you enter the country without this little piece of paper saying you were vaccinated. And I needed it for when I went to Tanzania because if I didn't have it, they would have given me the shot in the Tanzanian airport. How do I pack a hula hoop? I really don't know. Mine are all big. I don't have any collapsible ones. Of all the places I've traveled to, which one would I consider living in permanently? I went back and forth a lot, but I have to decide on France, more specifically Paris, because the city is just wonderful. It fits my personality completely, and who doesn't love Paris? Similar question. What is the place that I've traveled to that I've felt most connected with? Everyone knows that I'm gonna say Tanzania because, yeah, sorry. Tanzania is awesome. I don't know what else to say. What is at the top of my list for places to travel? I'm really interested in Central America and South America. Really want to go to Peru, so fingers crossed I can make that happen somehow. Other than that, Southeast Asia, always a dream. Obviously Australia, New Zealand, everywhere. How do I fund my travels? The thing is, I don't really have a budget plan or a way I fund my travels. It just kind of happens. For all of my school honors trips, the first year I had scholarships that covered all of the expenses. the past 2 years, I've just added on like a couple $1,000s to my student loans. And my trip to Tanzania, I fundraised through GoFundMe. Thank you again to everyone who donated. And I also just worked really hard. I had a job as a cashier. I had a yard sale. Anything I could do to make money, I did that. And that's kind of my mindset for when, if I want to do something and money is my obstacle, I will find a way to make the money, and then I will use that money to do the thing. What has been my favorite memory thus far through my travels? This is definitely a tough one. There's just a lot of things that are good memories for me, and I don't really want to pick. I liked going to the catacombs in Paris. Taking a speedboat to Zanzibar was certainly character building. I don't really want to choose. What do I do when I'm not traveling? Pretty much this. I make YouTube videos. Will be doing that a lot more. Currently a part-time student, finishing up my degree, which should be done by December. I hang out with my boyfriend. I do a lot of side projects. I attempt to work and make money. I read books. Lots of books. I try to. I watch YouTube videos. And I don't know. I'm not that much of an interesting person when it boils down to it. These are the 3 final questions. Where do I plan on going next? I have no clue. Hopefully somewhere nice. Anywhere's fine. What made me want to travel? I believe that there's an innate desire in everyone to travel, and I am definitely very susceptible to that. As someone who grew up in a very small town and then went to a college in a very small town, I have a desire to see what else there is, and because of the internet, it's so easily accessible to see what's out there, and I just want to go there. So what fuels me? Kind of just a drive to not miss out on the things that a lot of people miss out on. The fact that I want to discover myself while I discover the rest of the world and see where I fit into it. So, those have been your questions. Hopefully you liked my answers. Thank you for watching. I make videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so please subscribe to see more adventures in Wanderlust to come.